When I go upside down, can you take a picture?
Has this ever been you? Or maybe you've found yourself in this situation before? Because believe me, we all have.
Sorry, boys. I'm trying to figure out how to fly.
Yeah, we are.
No, we're down, we're down.
See you, boys.
Just a quick side note for any long-time viewers of my channel, which I'm honestly amazed you're still here. You should probably leave by now. But my current avatar that I usually use is being worked on. So for this video specifically, I'm going to be using a PNG format, although I don't think I'll ever rely on this again. But feel free to let me know what you think about it. Thanks. Hi, I'm Cringe Internet Fly Guy number 7, and today I'm going to be trying to help you and fly a helicopter in BattleBIt. Helicopters in BattleBIt are very critical to the game. They offer mode of transportation and fire support, and can be very fun to fly once you get the hang of it. So, without further ado, let's get started. First things are the controls. You can change the controls in your keybind settings, but for this video specifically, I'll be using the stock controls, since honestly, I'm just used to them. You will need WASD, obviously, and your mouse for the controls of the helicopter, C for your camera, and Q for dropping your rope, along with an easy access map keybind. W brings the helicopter up, S brings the helicopter down, A and D pitch your helicopter left and right. For the actual movement of moving forward, you're going to use W and your mouse combined. When you push your mouse forward, you pitch your nose down. When you hold your mouse back, you pitch your nose up. Lean it left, you lean the actual helicopter left. Lean it right, you lean the helicopter right. This helps gain altitude and maneuver. You use these keybinds along with the mouse in order to maneuver the helicopter around. The more the nose is pitched down, the faster you're going. This also brings me to the HUD. It displays a lot of information. For example, your speed and the rope status, whether it's dropped or not, on your left, and on the right is how quick you're ascending or descending to the ground by meters per second. Keep this in mind when you're doing low altitude drops, as if you're too negative, you will hit the ground. As a transport helicopter, either the Black Ark or the KA-60, you have to coordinate with your gunners and your passengers. You have too many gunners, and if used effectively, you can bring down other helicopters and release suppressive fire.
I am the.
That's a tank there. Never mind. No, don't fire. I don't want this attention. I refuse. Guy right there in the woods, left side. He's gonna cross you. Light him up. Nice. That poor fucking dude. Right side gunner on the bridge. Get ready. Light him up. There's a bunch of them right there.
Oh my god, there's so many.
Get him.
Oh,
We gotta get out of there before we get the attention of the other helicopter.
Pilot is cracked.
When it comes to the rope drops, which are unique to this game, it's very important to check your cameras and give your boys time to get off. The worst thing you can do, and by far the most often mistake, is dropping your rope too early and leaving too early, having your friendlies dangle from the ropes and act like free kills. This is why I personally only turn on the ropes when I know they can get out. But some pilots do like to have them dangling for long periods of time so they can get out quickly. Being communicative never really hurts, and the more information you give and receive, the better. This brings me to the map. I bind my map key to my mouse. That way, while I'm flying, I can immediately access it, and I can constantly check it. I check for what caps need assistance, whether I need to pick guys up or drop guys there, and where their high threat targets are relative to me. These are being things that can kill me. This being helicopters, LAVs, and tanks. The damage model on the helicopter in this game is interesting. Your main threat isn't actually RPGs, it's really getting sniped out of the helicopter. It's very easy to be bled and shot while doing low altitude operations. You can take main rotor damage. This happens very early on when you're, I think, 3/4 damaged, and it shakes the helicopter. It's nothing crazy, but it is quite annoying. You can also have your tail rotor blown out, which is a forced bring down. You can live the crash, but it can also kill you. It spins the helicopter uncontrollably, or you can just explode from taking enough damage. Your helicopter will go smoking, then on fire. You can take some RPG rounds, of course depending on the RPG. For example, 2 heat rounds with a tandem would probably one-shot you. This is why it's important to avoid these things, and pay very close attention to the map and your teammates, while using the terrain and the altitude for advantage. Staying behind mountains and getting real high can keep you safe from LAVs, brings you against other threats like enemy helicopters. This brings me neatly to the Little Bird. It's the same principle as a Black Hawk in the KA-60, except it's just a lot more versatile and maneuvers quicker. So each input you do has a drastic change. It's also easier to bring down since less armor. It does take a bit of getting used to, but this thing can really be zipped around once you get the hang of it, and can come in an attack role. With 2 miniguns, it melts enemy helicopters and can be used as a nuisance for infantry. See, in this game, there are no lock-on air-to-air weapons. The miniguns are quote-unquote nerfed against players compared to other games like Battlefield, because they have high spread and you need to be very close for accurate shots. But obviously, if you're really close, it's pretty easy to kill you. I personally really like this balance, because it allows the helos to be used for strafes, and you can live for longer. With this in mind, I really only use this attack helicopter for strafing enemies, not really to kill them, but really to get hit markers and bleed them, and spot, and destroying enemy helicopters. Loitering is death. Aiming the guns can be really challenging, but I find staying very close to whatever you're trying to kill and using A and D for little adjustments helps. When I'm killing enemy helicopters, especially transports, I don't actually aim for the helicopter, I aim for the critical components, mainly the cockpit, the gunners, or the tail rotor, although that's very rare. Really, the easiest way is to knock out the pilots of the helicopters. Honestly, that's about it when it comes to this video. Super simple, super straightforward. I just noticed a lot of people are struggling, and I hope this helps somebody out. Don't be afraid to go out there and try some new things. It can be a bit challenging, but it's really fun. BattleBIt's a very versatile game, and it's important not to take it too seriously.
I Rainbow Six Siege that with the hammer.
That's crazy.